Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Thank you so much for tuning into this special episode. If you don't know me or aren't familiar with this channel, I was Miss Montana USA 2018. I'm also a pageant coach and a pageant judge, and I'm still very involved in the pageant industry. And today we're going to be talking about Crystal Stewart becoming the brand new franchise owner of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. Wow, friends, this is either really exciting news or disappointing news, or you don't know how to feel about this. For recent years, everybody has talked about the quality of the Miss Universe pageant and Miss USA pageant going down because of IMG's management. We've lost a lot of the glitz and the glamour of Miss USA and Miss Universe year by year, slowly everything being stripped away from the pageant and what people actually tune in for. So this could be a really exciting announcement. It seems that IMG really bit off more than they could chew when they took over the Miss Universe and USA and Teen USA organizations. Just because you have experience in the entertainment industry doesn't always mean that that experience is going to equate to being able to produce a quality and entertaining pageant live event and show. I believe it was announced online that this was actually finalized this past summer, and Crystal Stewart has become the first, I would say, former Miss USA who's ever been the director of the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA organizations, and there's a lot of changes that are coming because of this. So I'm gonna let you listen to what Crystal said about what we can expect for the shows moving forward.
It's going to elevate it even more, bring that glitz, that glam, that fashion. Just think of UFC times America's Next Top Model times the presidential election. That'll be Miss USA.
I'm super excited to hear that. As a pageant contestant, I've really been missing all of the glam. I believe that that's what people tune in for. I think that there's nothing wrong with some glitz and glam and some fabulous outfits and wardrobe on stage, and I really hope to see that coming back. Friend, if you're watching on a mobile device, please screenshot this episode, post it to an Instagram story, then tag and hashtag me at Dani Walker so I can share it with my followers. It really helps the channel to support it and help it to grow. We recently hit 40,000 subscribers, which was huge, and now I'm working towards that 50,000 subscriber goal, and I cannot do it without your support. So please be sure to share if you love content like this. Now, I'm not sure about the details about what changes we are going to be seeing specifically for Teen USA and USA, but what we know so far is that Miss USA's home is now moving to LA. So after you win Miss USA, you will now have a home in LA. I haven't heard about the Teen USA title holder. I would assume that she might not have an apartment, just as she hasn't had for several years. I think that's something that's been a little bit unclear. The Miss Teen USA title holders for a while were living at the apartment. For Miss USA and for Miss Universe, they were all living together, and obviously there's some liabilities with that, having a teenager or an underage title holder living in the house. So she has a room and she just sort of stays there whenever she needs to stay there, but it's not her full-time place. So I would assume that Miss USA would have a full-time apartment in LA, and that there would be some kind of room for our Teen USA title holder when she goes out there and she makes appearances at events. Now, what does this mean for Miss Universe? I would assume that that means that our Miss Universe stays in New York, and now she has her own apartment, which is kind of cool in itself. I think it's pretty glamorous. There are a lot of contestants who are competing for Miss Universe that have already been given their own private apartment when they win their national title, so I feel like it's a little bit of a demotion when you take them and they win Miss Universe, and now it's like, here's your roommate, and they're like, oh, okay, this is a little weird from what I already came from, a little less luxurious, if you will. So I'm actually really excited. I think it's kind of cool that we have queens now that'll be on both coasts, presumably. I think that that's awesome because they could really kind of literally cover more ground being on opposite sides of the country. Now, I don't know what all of this means though for our sponsors, for our prize packages, for areas of competition, for scoring. We haven't heard anything like that yet. But we do know that Crystal Stewart was Miss USA 2008, and that was obviously a very glamorous time for the organization, and she also was a Miss Texas and then eventually won the Miss USA competition when she was 26 years old. She has been a director for the Miss Houston pageant for the Texas state pageant, and since she was a director, participation has increased. I would assume that it has, because so many Texas girls would want to work with Crystal Stewart to prepare for state and to prepare for nationals because she was Miss USA. In addition to her directing a local pageant, she also created something called the Miss Academy. And this is one of the things that made me not so surprised to see her take over USA and Teen USA, is because at the state pageants, they would play this reel of Crystal, and she talked about what being Miss USA did for her, what it meant to her, and also the opportunity that it gave her in the entertainment industry working with Tyler Perry, and also the opportunity to create the Miss Academy, which combined her experience with etiquette and fashion and pageantry and kind of rolled it all together, and she calls it this modern sort of finishing school. So what we've seen so far is that our current Miss USA and Miss Teen USA were already meeting with Crystal, and it seemed like they were working at that Miss Academy, and I would assume that would be as preparation for their year and then also for the Miss Universe pageant. What I would ideally love to see is something like we've seen in countries like Venezuela in the past, when Osmel Sousa was the head of the organization and basically had these big Miss Academies, Miss Schools. We see this at the Miss France organization, where they take all of the state delegates and they put them in a group training, and it really gives them the best type of preparation for the national pageant and really for their year as Miss USA, or it gives them the best shot at the Miss Universe competition. I really believe that with Crystal being the new director, that USA is going to be able to place higher at the Miss Universe competition. I think that you are going to start seeing USA back in that top 5 once again, because it's run from a separate organization. So I'm really excited to see that. If any of you follow my channel already, you know that I competed at Miss USA, and we do have so many incredible women within the organization, and we all are so different and have so much to bring to the table. And I would be really excited to see USA back in that top 5 again and have a chance at that Miss Universe crown. That's what's going on. Let me know what you think about everything that's been happening with the changes in the organization. I think it's a really, really smart move to let someone else with a lot of experience take over, especially a former Miss USA, which I think is just super cool. We've seen this a lot. We've seen former Miss Universe, Gabriella, she's taken over the Miss Venezuela organization. We have a former Miss Universe Philippines that took over that national organization. So this is such an exciting time to see. Also, we have a former Miss Germany who took over the Miss Columbia organization. I think we're going to continue to see this, and I love it because it's the women who've experienced it firsthand. They know a little bit more of like what matters to contestants, what they're looking for, and ways that we can improve the organization, which I think is so wonderful and so fabulous. And so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, and I hope to see all of that glam come back. Oh, I hope so. Also, remember, if you need help for your next pageant, then take advantage of my extra online free resources. Just click the description below and you will find a download for my top 20 pageant interview questions. That's all we have today for news on what's going on with the Miss USA and Miss Universe organization. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you're going to subscribe and come back for lots more.